Happy holidays, everyone. This is my Project 13. Great to be back and doing another vid. And good to be talking to all of you. Haven't been able to do much lately. It's just been a crazy month of December. Just hectic, chaotic. Would have loved to have done a couple more videos on this device. Just haven't been able to get to it. So today, the full review. Going to go over some important areas that I think you should know about. If there's anything I miss, please let me know in the feedback in the comment section. And if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe, like or dislike. Every click funds and supports this channel. And you know what? Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. So what I'm going to do is go over some specs, and then I'm going to elaborate on some of those specs, and we'll just kind of go from there. So what we have on front of this beautiful premium device by Blue is a 6-inch super crisp, sharp, vivid Quad HD Super AMOLED display, 1440 by 2560, Corning Gorilla Glass 3. It does have a powerful 2.0 GHz octa-core processor, 64-bit MediaTek Helio X10, and it's compared to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 810. On the front top here, we have an 8-megapixel camera with your earpiece right here. Over to the left of the camera, you can't see it, but there's an LED notification light. Up top, you have your microphone jack. On the bottom, we have your USB charging port next to a microphone right there. And on the side, we have a dedicated camera button. Power button, volume rocker right here. Very clicky, very responsive. You will like that too. On the back, you got your speaker grill. There's 2 speakers underneath here. Blue logo, fingerprint sensor, and I'm going to show you that here in about a minute. 24 megapixel camera, your dual LED flash, and you got these 4 holes up here. Underneath the far right hole, there is another microphone underneath there. And I'm going to turn that around so you can see that right there. See if you can. Right underneath this one right here, there's a microphone. And a lot of reviewers are trying to figure out what the 4 holes were for. And they never mention anything about a microphone either. But when you take the back cover off, you'll see the microphone. I think for aesthetic purposes, for good looks, they put the 4 holes there to sort of evenly proportion out the back of the device as far as the looks. I think that's why they put that there. I'm just guessing. I don't know. If you know anything else, you can let me know in the comment section, but I hope to think that I'm right on that. I don't know. At the bottom of the chin of the device, we have your capacitive buttons. They're not on screen. Some of you may like that. Some of you may not. They're not backlit, and they're not as responsive as I would like. But over time, you get used to where they're at. It takes some time. It's no big deal. It makes the brain work. And at this point, after about a week and a half of having this device as my daily driver, I'm getting very used to them. Every once in a while, it's still hit and miss, but they are on the chin of the device. They're not on screen. So that pretty much covers everything as far as the device, what's on the back and what's on the front. Now, here's my favorite part. The frame of the device is all aluminum, brushed aluminum. And this is what gives this whole device that unibody premium look. And it just feels great. It just feels premium. Blue did an awesome job with this device. Aesthetically, it's just awesome to look at and awesome to hold. And now we're going to get into the inside of the device really quick so I can show you what's in here. And I'll try not to spend too much time, but I think you should know what it looks like back here, and then we can carry on. Oh, I'm going to show you the fingerprint sensor really quick before I go on. So I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to show you how responsive this is. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, check that out. I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm talking about, man. Loving that security feature. I also have a pen set up. So, yeah, if you're into using that, and, you know, a lot of people at first thought it was kind of gimmicky to have that. No, it's a great security feature. Love the fact that they're starting to include that on a lot of devices. So, on the back of the cover, we have NFC, but no wireless charging. I know that might be a deal breaker for some. No wireless charging. There's your speaker grill with 2 gaskets that go over the top of these 2 speakers, probably for extra support, for cushioning, for no creaks or squeaks when the back cover is on the device. And also, in case you spill any liquid, if the liquid tries to come through there, the gaskets, I think, prohibit that from happening to protect those speakers. I'm just guessing. Again, that's one of those other areas that I hope to think that I'm right, because I can't find any information on that either. If you do, let me know in the feedback. 3,500 milliamp battery. Hey, you guys, this battery, if you're moderate to heavy like I am, you're going to get about a full day. Towards the end of the day, around dinner time, it could be falling down to about 15% battery life. It has Fast Charge 2.0. It takes about an hour and 40 minutes to fully charge this device. So that's some good timing there. And yeah, I mean, if you need some extra juice, just plug it in. 15-20 minutes will give you 30-40% juice. You finish out your night, then plug it in at the end of the night when you're ready to go to bed. In the morning, get up, unplug it, and do it all over again. But remember this. Battery life is something that is usually one of the biggest area that I have conversations with on this channel, with a lot of you out there, whether you're just viewing or you're subscribed. But I get a lot of hits on battery life, and there's many variables that go into battery life, whether it's what carrier you're with, you know, whether it's on Wi-Fi, whether it's on cellular data, whether you live out by the ocean, in the mountains, in the city. You know, you could get better battery life than me and still use the device as much, or, you know, heavier than moderate to heavy. I don't know. I could get better than you. But remember, it's really not fair to compare yourself to the guy next to you or the gal next to you, because battery life has so many variables that as reviewers, we give you an overview on what battery is for us with devices as daily drivers. And you know, when we use them, and we bring you that information, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the same for you, or vice versa. So remember that. We do a lot of different things on these devices. We download a lot of different, especially third-party apps off the web, that, you know, there's certain apps that are not really optimized for your device and can really suck battery juice out of your device here. So remember, there's a lot of variables, and I really wanted to stress that, because again, that's a lot of conversation that I have on this channel, my Project 13, with a lot of you out there. And I understand, because battery should be one of the key things that we want out of our devices outside of call quality and messaging, which is very good for me on this device with T-Mobile here in Portland, Oregon. You know, primarily, if you're not getting your calls or your messages during an emergency, then get rid of that device. Get a device that works in that area before all the other goodies behind that. Okay? Second, yeah, you want great battery life. I understand that. But utilize your device to work for you. Learn your device. Optimize it to your lifestyle. Know when you're going to have to charge it up again, especially if it has 2.0 fast charge, because it's only going to take a few minutes. So many variables into that. Sorry I took so long on that, but it's just one of those areas that I constantly get a lot of feedback on, and keep leaving that feedback, and I'll do my best to help you out. Really, I love it. So, but I want you going into these conversations understanding that there's more variables than just 1 or 2 or 3. SIM 2, SIM 1, expandable memory up to 64. I didn't mention this. This has 3 gigs of RAM, and it's got 64 gigs of internal storage. 64 plus 64, you do the math. This is for a micro SIM. If you have a nano, you're going to need an adapter. Be careful. It is spring action here, so you'll feel the click in and out. But with an adapter, it can catch those pins, and if it catches those pins and rips them out, your device isn't going to work for you. You know that. Those are the consequences, so be careful. Even with your micro SIM, take your time. There's no rush to that. And the SIM 2 slot there is just, you know, if you want a second number, or if you're doing some international traveling, that's going to work for you right there. So that's pretty much it as far as the back of the device on the inside behind the cover. And I'm going to try to snap all that on. And, oops, did I make a phone call? Yeah, I did. I accidentally made a phone call. Wow. I wonder if they heard all of that. Anyway, so we're going to talk about software briefly here, because this is Blue over Lollipop, and Lollipop isn't as present as Blue is. It's a little bit heavier, and I want to show you how this is set up compared to a a device that's on Lollipop. Now here I got Marshmallow now. Yay! I got Marshmallow on my Nexus 6. But you know that if you pull down from the top, it's still Marshmallow Lollipop. Shows you all your toggles here, and then you can get the settings right here, right? Well, if you do that with the blue, this is where you get your notifications. You don't get that menu right there with your toggles. Okay, you see that? You get those toggles down below right here. Then if you hit the three dots right here, you get all of them right there. And then you get into your settings right here. So it's like they reversed everything with the blue skin here. And if you go into settings, and then you have your menu here. And if you went into, well, now it's Marshmallow, you can see the difference. Okay? And everything basically is here on one page with Marshmallow and Lollipop. But on the blue device, there's one page there, and then you go into advanced settings, and then there's another page. Well, all they had to do was incorporate this page into the other page, just like they do on Lollipop and Marshmallow. Why they didn't do that, I don't know. What they're doing here with the blue skin is that they're giving you way too many steps. With this menu here, they could have incorporated into this menu. But it's blue, it's interesting, it's kind of fun to learn it. And then I'm going to change the launcher to a third-party launcher, probably Google, because I like a more simplistic experience. And it's not to enhance performance, because I already said performance on this device is just phenomenal. And even with the few hiccups that it does have, and I'm hoping Blue will give us a software update on that. But again, it's very, very, very minimal. But yeah, I want an app drawer, number one, and I want a more simple experience as a daily driver. So that's why I'm going to download probably the Google Launcher. But right now I wanted to show you what the Blue experience is like and what they have done as far as how they customize their launcher. I am going to go into settings again and show you something here. I like the display. I like the fact that they gave us LCD effect, which changes the color tone of this device. And you got cool color, warm color, more real-to-life colors, so that's kind of cool. And it gives you a bunch of other things as far as gestures under advanced settings. Up here you got smart gestures. I'm not going to get into this, but it allows you to wave your hand over your screen while it's sleeping, gives you notifications, double-click to wake, touchless unlock. It's got a lot of things that you can discover if you want to pick up this device, so it's up to you. And as you've been watching me use this device, you can tell that the performance on this device is just nice and smooth. I want to get into camera really quick, and I'm going to take a picture of a couple things and show you just basically how quick and responsive this camera is without any glare. And we'll get that. And right now I actually have the sound off, so I'm going to get the sound all the way up so we can hear the click action. Now, it's not super fast, but it's nice. It works. Now, right here at the bottom left-hand corner, you got your enhancements. So you can do filters, face beauty, night mode, professional, magic, folk, panorama. So you got all that. You got your flash, you got your reverse, and you got your settings there. And it does have optical image stabilization. That's right, optical image stabilization. If you go into video shooter, you have the same setup right here, and you have the same enhancements for your videos and your flash and reverse, and then your settings. And in here, you have your anti-shaking, which is basically your digital image stabilization when you're shooting a video, which is very, very nice. It really smooths it out when you're shooting video. Anti-shaking, digital image stabilization. As far as the video quality, you got 4K, 1080p, 720, 480, QCIF. Won't be using that. 4K is HEVC video format, which is H.265. That is not incorporated in the uploading process with YouTube yet. That's why I have not uploaded any video using 4K on this device to you guys, because it just isn't there yet for YouTube. So I will do a 1080 and upload that, but I wish I could upload it. It's killer looking, just sweet looking. So that's the camera. And you know what? I'm going to play a little tune here really quick. and just to give you a little bit of sound of the speaker. But we've covered the software, performance, we've covered the design of the device, you know, little different specs and what you expect in battery life, call quality, messaging. So that's all mumble jumbled around. So hopefully you get the idea of what this device is like. You saw the internals, you saw the guts of this device. So I'm hoping that you like this device as much as I do. It's a fun device. It really is. And let me find a royalty song here because I don't want to get in trouble. You never want to use music that that can break your YouTube partnership. And you got DTS right here, so if I turn that on, turn it off, turn it on. Sounds great, doesn't it? Anyway, you guys, this is my full review on the Blue Pure XL. If I missed anything, let me know. Please get back to me. Like or dislike, please subscribe. This is my Project 13. Merry Christmas, you guys. Enjoy the holidays. And remember, it's all about peace, right?